Yeah, I know what you're thinking. We were on another podcast. I sent my invites out like 2 or 3 minutes ago. So hopefully everybody gets here. And so yeah, because we're gonna do some news here. And if not, if they're busy, we'll go ahead and keep it moving. But I got an invite out to JWAGS and to J.W. So hopefully to be J Square here. So well, what is happening, everybody? Hopefully everybody's having a good Friday the 13th. I stayed in the house. The black man will not see any black cats tonight, So, and the reason why the black cat is bad luck, that's from Christian mythology. When the Christians went in and destroyed a pagan village, there were a lot of black cats in the village. So ever since then, it's been, well, we're cursed. And I think we're joined by our first guest, but that's my Friday the 13th trivia. JDUBCITY.
The one and only.
What is happening? Yeah, the second coolest person in Houston. Yes, he's cooler than James Harden, but I think he may say his wife is cooler. What is happening, brother?
Yo. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, J.W., a.k.a. Kratos, the god of PlayStation.
Yeah, I like that. He's got the Kratos beard in the Spider-Man outfit.
Well, I got to, with all these big bangers coming, I got to be universal. I think next month I'm going to be Detroit Kratos. So Detroit becomes Kratos. Yeah.
There you go. Now you're talking. Well, man, how you been doing, man? I saw the plane crash of the multiplayer podcast with a few of the today. That was pretty crazy. And I guess so. What was the bet that somebody was saying if some game got to 94 or 95, they had to go buy it for somebody, or what was that all about?
Well, it was Baron, man. Black Baron. Cool guy. Yeah. But he did make a couple of bets with some folks. He was so assured that God.of.4 would not do well, or as well as everyone hoped, that he made a bet. And he bet that God.of.4 would not hit 95. And sure enough, it hit 94 for, I think, once the reviews came in, it hit 94 for some hours. And, we woke up early this morning, and sure enough, bam, 95. So never say never, especially I tell anybody, never bet against blue. Sony has just been knocking them off the park lately. With all these new IPs, with old IPs, with remastered IPs, with re-envisioned IPs, and then all the future IPs that they have coming. So for them to drop, MLB, a couple other games prior, Nino Kuni, and then we got God.of.4 coming, and then we backdoored it the next month with Detroit Becomes Human, which is a masterpiece. I played it at PSX, and so I'm looking for that to get, in the 90s. And then, we go into that summer break with E3 and find out what they got coming in the near future. And then, coming out of that, we got Spider-Man coming. I mean, geez, these guys are winning right now, and it's hard to stop them. And the competition is looking kind of crazy by not being able to match talent for talent. So,
that's what I wanted to ask. Do you think we ought to stop looking at it as a versus thing and just look at it like, look, Microsoft is kind of doing their own thing, doing what they're doing, and people can try to find a way to enjoy it, or do you think it's still a first things first? Let me ask you, why it's taken? I'm trying to download this Ghost Recon Wildlands. It has taken almost 2.5 hours. I kid you not, to download on this X. And it's supposed to be fine. That's the only reason I'm getting it for the X. I already beat it on the Pro. So I'm just because it's got this DLC, whatever it's called, free DLC. But it is the Pro. I mean, does the Xbox does it slow downloading, or is it just my internet's garbage?
No, it depends. I think the thing about it is it downloads kind of decent on the X, but it takes forever to install, and that's kind of the problem. Even if you go buy a physical disc and you pop in on the Xbox, man, you got a long time to wait for it to install, and that's kind of always been the crux of the Xbox. So I don't know why, but that's just kind of the way it is. I think the X helped improve it a little bit, but not by much.
Yeah. Oh, alrighty. Well, what's been going on? So, did you have the how? Were you excited about the score? About the the God of War
man,
score? Were you surprised, or what do you think?
I woke up around 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning, and I went and got me some water and everything, and I went to lay back down. I grabbed my phone and I peeked over at it, and I saw the tweets going on about the reviews out, and I just shook my head. I said, damn. I knew this game was going to do good, but even myself, I thought the game was going to get maybe a 90, 91. I didn't think it was going to reach up high, and it's just kind of kept going. So we don't know how many more reviews are left out there, but it could possibly go up. We just don't know.
Yeah, now they did say, shout out to Tony P. So the Metacritic, it's just is it just an aggregate? So they're getting scores from all over the world? Is that how they do it? Okay, so it's like Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's an average of them. So they don't allow just anybody off the street. They do have some smaller publications that qualify, and they give them a chance to submit their reviews. But for the most part, it's an okay way to gauge how the masses review the game. And here's the thing, right? While people will say, these review scores don't mean anything. It's like, look, we have been using Metacritic and these review scores like this from IGN and all these other companies since the Sega Genesis days and probably before. Yeah. So why would we discount them now? Why would we say, oh, they don't count now? You've been using them for decades and decades and decades, going on 30 years. Why would you try to change that formula now? Because it's not fitting your narrative or you're not getting what you want to get out of it. So I don't know, but it's great to see, right? This is just another successful game. We know it's one of three. We know it's a trilogy. So it's it is what it is, man. It's a great game. It's my game. Uh-oh. Here we go.
What up? Oh, no. What's up, Craig's Corner? What's going on? Need to clean this motherfuckers. Looking dusty in here, man. What's going on? I need to bless the show real quick. When the Oracle and Messiah get together, it's trouble.
Yeah, I know. Waiting on JWAGS to come on in, but he's wagging the dog, I guess. Hopefully he'll show on up though.
Yeah, man. What y'all talking about, man? What's going on?
The God of games, God of War. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, okay. You talking about the Xbox killer? Yeah, man.
Well, crazy.
So Craig just said something a while ago. He kind of made a statement that I wanted to answer to.
What did he say?
Yeah.
Can Microsoft, can everybody just say, okay, well, PlayStation is doing their own thing and Microsoft is doing their own thing and just kind of let that be that? We can't let that happen, and this is the reason why. They operate on the same playing field. Xbox it's a gaming console, and it's fighting for the consumer dollars and the market share. Mm-hmm. PlayStation is doing the same thing. Nintendo's doing the same thing. So how are you gonna separate yourself out of that mix when you guys are fighting for the same base? I don't get it. The same, you can't. So unless Microsoft go off and do something in another field or do music or something like that, they will always be compared to their competition, and that's just what it is. Just because you're not winning, you can't say, oh, we're not competing with those guys. No, yes, you are. Unless you stop making hardware. Now, let's say next generation. Let's say Microsoft say, you know what? We're not going to make physical hardware anymore. We're not going to make Xboxes anymore. We're just going to be a third-party software developer. We're just going to put our games that we like and our services on everybody's platform. Then and only then can they remove themselves from the bunch. But until then, they want you to go out and buy a $500 box, a $200 box, a $300 box, just like everybody else. So that's my stance on that.
Yeah, all day. What do you think? I mean, do you think that Xbox? I mean, to me, I understand what Xbox is doing. I have no problem with it. Do you think that? Do you think that some people just kind of bit into a cake they thought was chocolate and it was really raspberry? I mean, I don't know what else to say. A pie that was,
But what are they doing, Craig? They haven't even admitted what they're doing. They're doing it, but they haven't admitted that's the way that they're going.
Oh, well, to me, it's obvious what they announced in 2013. What did all that stuff they were up there on stage talking about when nobody was clapping? That's what they're doing. Like, this is what it looks like. I mean, it's a service-based module, Sea of Thieves, and then their next big one, State of Decay. They're always online. And last week, I'll give you an example. Last week, my SSID, the Xbox was not picking it up. So a couple guys said, call Microsoft. I'm like, well, are they open? It's Sunday. And they said, well, they should be. So I called, and the young lady gave it all away. She gave up the booty. I said, yeah, I got this Xbox X, and, it's not working. And first thing, customer service. I mean, great customer service, and she said, oh, well, that's not good. Your Xbox is designed to be functioning online 99% of the time. And that is from Xbox customer service, which is exactly what they said they were going to do in 2013. You'd have to be online. Now, you don't have to check in, but and they said they were getting rid of DMR. Well, we have it now. So to me, they're doing exactly what they said they were going to do in 2013. It was just they had a couple of curveballs with the Xbox One S because they wanted into the UHD Blu-ray market. Again, they're expanding their footprint. Even though it's a smaller market, they're still part of that market. And then you go to the X, which is more powerful. But to me, instead of them bringing new IP, they're going to bring they're going back to get old IP, because that's cheaper than opening up a studio. And like it's been documented, Guerrilla Games technically did not work on Shoot Fire. Horizon Zero Dawn, they only worked on it for 5 years, but they delayed it. Yeah. They delayed it for 2 years to work on 5 years, but they worked on Killzone 4. Their bosses still said, well, we know Killzone's going to make money. We don't know about this new Horizon Zero Dawn, even though it looked interesting. Sony was pushing for it. But yeah, as soon as we got Killzone 4, with the next year or 2 years later, we get the sizzle reel for with gameplay at E3. Yeah. So, but that's what I think. That's what I think they're doing. So, because to me, the writing's on the wall. So, what's happening? All day, what do you think, brother? All day, what you think? RZ, did he nap off on us?
Yo, Craig, man. So I came here late, man. I apologize, man. Like, we were all talking after the other one.
Yeah, you're cool.
I thought, I was like, where'd Craig go? I'm like, oh. Check my Twitter, like, that's where Craig went.
Yeah, I dropped off, real quick. So, but that was a good podcast.
It's fun.
To Tony P, man. Yeah, he brought some knowledge.
Oh yeah, that was nice talking to him. Yeah.
So always good to talk.
J.W. in here.
Yo.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? You cracked me up on Twitter, man. That shit's hilarious.
Oh man, you knew I was gonna cut up.
Bright and early.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I was dying with that tweet you threw up to who was that? He posted something about it was Colt Eastwood. He posted something about what's that game? Red Dead Redemption. He said, "Can I interest you in a current gen game, sir?" Oh man. Oh.
Hey man,
that was Twitter gold there.
Yeah, you know me. I gotta try to keep you guys laughing, man. Keep Twitter popping. But again, I mean, you guys have noticed. You've known for a year now my game is God of War. That's what I've been waiting on. And it's finally amongst us, and it's amongst the greats of the games. So the gods have blessed it, and I'm pretty sure next week when it drops, all of us are going to be playing it.
Oh yeah, everybody's been playing it.
It's funny.
Want to admit or not?
I've seen so many people who said they would never buy a PlayStation 4 Pro come out today and show their PlayStation 4 Pros and go out to the store. They're buying them in droves. And I just shake my head. I said, look, no matter what you say, you can't knock a great game. A great game is a great game.
Yep,
Yeah,
I agree.
And again, that's another reason exclusives matter, right? Because if this exclusive was multi-plat, it wouldn't be special and everybody would go out and get it. But Sony said, look, we want to make games exclusive for our platform so we can force people to go out and buy it. If they want to get into our ecosystem and get our games, they have to go buy our hardware. And that is something that's kind of puzzling, right? Because if you want to play a Mario or Zelda or Metroid or Kirby or Donkey Kong, you're going to have to go buy a Nintendo product to play that. Once Microsoft kind of gave up the ghost when it came to that, it kind of left them in limbo right now. You know, if you want to play Halo and Gears and Forza, you don't necessarily have to go buy Xbox. You can play it on PC, and I think in the near future, I think we all envision that Microsoft is going to put it on every other platform too. So that kind of left the Xbox in a weird situation, and I just don't know how that's going to work out.
Yeah, well, again, I just yeah, I agree with the people. Seem like they're either buying PS4s or they're digging them out of the closet, like somebody was saying on a podcast. Yeah, I hear a deflated fan base that, like I said, I think they thought they were getting chocolate ice cream and cake, and they got, ham salad, which is still good, but not what they thought they were going to get. So let me ask you, JWAGS, Greg, did you see JWAGS' last video when he was packing up the stuff?
I haven't yet, man. I've been driving.
Not to shout out my own channel or anything, but I was actually very proud of that video. The first part of it anyway. I put a lot of time in that video. But it was definitely, it was a little over dramatic. to say the least, but it got the point across. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out yet, though, yeah, man, you might enjoy it. Like I said, mostly.
Did you really pack it up, or was that just for dramatic effect?
No, I really packed it up. No. I'll say this publicly. Of course, now this is YouTube, right? I literally packed it all up. I don't know if you saw my my cabinet there, Craig.
Yeah,
I got like a shelf full of collectibles and boxes and everything. I took all the Xbox stuff off of there, put it all on the curb with the trash. But I was very careful on the boxes. I'm very particular about those. So I put like a little sheet underneath it so you couldn't see it, so it didn't get like dirty. And as soon as I shot that scene, best believe I took all that shit back in the house.
Of course, yeah. I get you. Well, let me ask you this: what do you think? What do you think Microsoft? Do you think they misled people about the X?
I think there were some things with the X that weren't, technically, I'm not saying untrue, but they weren't clear, right? Like one thing I told you one of the reasons I really bought the X, I was talking to Jay Fawns. Of course, I'm not Xbox guy, but I'm a guy who likes video games, right? I couldn't stand the thought of the X being out there, me not having it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Same with, I'm sure you guys like that too. It's like, damn it, like I want the newest and greatest thing. But I bought that. But I'm also a big fan of PSVR. And when they announced when they announced this, they were talking about VR capabilities for the Xbox. Yeah. And so I was really hoping that to come to fruition, because the PS4 is good for VR, but the power, it can use more juice even on the Pro for the VR. So I was really excited to see what Xbox would do with VR. I thought they had like a little partnership with the Rift for the controllers. So I thought maybe they partnered with the Rift and maybe bundle a console together, and some kind of deal. And I thought it would be amazing for the Xbox, but they haven't said anything at all about any VR capabilities. So that was the first thing. And then the one thing that you said, Craig, when I talked about 4K uncompromised,
yeah,
I looked into that a little more. like I said, they just not uncompromised. But I guess if you want to break it down, you said they're talking about their first party IPs, right? For 4K uncompromised. Whatever else, whatever else third parties do are entirely up to them.
Yeah, that's from Phil Spencer. He said we can't make them deploy assets, because it's their games. That's why people were saying Microsoft should have some kind of enforcement. You had people doing podcasts like Microsoft should make them do that.
Yeah, I understand.
So,
I understand. I mean, I don't think they should force these developers to reach any resolution. But what I was looking back for, I believe most of their first, if not all, their first party games are 4K native. Most of them, right?
I think all their
they're not. They really shouldn't be 4K native. I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt, but Super Lucky's Tales and Sea of Thieves and games like that. I know Gears of War 4 is 4K. Forza looks fantastic 4K. So I guess on that front, like I said, I misinterpreted. I took it a little differently. I'm thinking everything 4K uncompromised, but for the first parties, fine. My main problem with the X-Men is just the whole direction they're headed, and I don't even care if you want to put all your games on every system, fine, I'm cool with that. I really don't care about exclusivity, but I just want these new first party IPs to come out, man. These big blockbuster AAA experiences that we get on other platforms. I have everything, so I can play anything. Nothing is exclusive to me, but I'm just looking at it as a overall value for this console, and I'm really having a hard time justifying why I need the X. I know people will say, well, not everybody wants to buy a PC. I was like, yeah, but the PC, I can get a PC that stomps out the Xbox for $700-800 for a tower.
Oh,
yeah, $700.
I just came back. What y'all talking about, bro?
Stop the One X. Just talking about my problems with the One X.
Yeah, JWAGS, I wanted to let him kind of vent about the X. I'll come back to you all day. J-Dub,
go ahead.
Yeah, J-Dub, what do you think about what do you think about the X as far as overall? I mean, I know you said it's in the sunken place and all that stuff, but as far as it being overall tech versus the way it's being deployed and all that stuff, what do you think?
It's a great piece of tech. It's a great spec sheet device. There's a couple of problems with it, right? The problem is we don't have any showcase games. We don't have any must-have games, and that's the problem. There's not look at God of War right now, right? Starting last week with Spider-Man. Once they showed the release date of Spider-Man, the whole internet broke down. Everybody started buying PlayStation. Everybody started pre-ordering. All the collector's editions are all sold out everywhere. And then a week later, God of War reviews came out. And now the conversation is on God of War. Now everybody's back out buying, selling out everywhere, the God of Wars. People are buying PlayStations left and right. That's that narrative that these games create. Microsoft just don't have that narrative. You can talk power, but unless you show people the games that can outdo what the weaker console can do, what the Switch can do, what the PlayStation can do, nobody is listening. And I think that's the problem, right? They're screaming the XXXX, but nobody cares. I think nobody cares.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that one.
Yeah,
what do you
sorry,
think, brother? Yeah.
All right. Now, I was excited to get my hands on the X, right?
Oh, you're echoing.
Oh, okay. I thought I had the stream on or something.
Oh.
Am I still echoing?
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh no, you're good, brother. Go ahead.
All right. So, like I said, that from I bought a 4K TV last April, right? You know what I mean? So I wanted something to showcase, 4K resolution, gaming wise, So I got the X. Was pretty blown away by, Gears of War, Forza. Everything looks great, right? But when it hit that 14-day mark,
the honeymoon was over.
I was like, I don't know, man. Let me go.
Buyer's remorse, right?
I instantly had it. Like, you talking to a dude I have over 100K gamer score on Xbox, man. I've spent 10 years on the 360.
Wow.
You know what I mean? When you lose me from not offering what I'm looking for, like I'm still hungry. My stomach is still rumbling. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gaming wise, I'm not satisfied, right? So when after Gamescom and they announced the pre-order, and then everything leading up to that, there were still no announcements and any new games besides Cuphead and Forza coming out that fall. And then now we're 4 months into the new year, and I'm still like, what the fuck what are you guys gonna like, bro? Like,
what are you gonna show me? Yeah.
What are you gonna show me, right? Like my Xbox, like right now, bro. I'm sorry I have to be one of these fucking guys, man, but I've honestly been buying 4K Blu-rays, bro, like a lot.
Yeah, me too.
All I've been using it for. Like that's all I've been using it for.
I want to take advantage of the system.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a great point you made all day. I forgot all about that. I forgot to mention that to you, Craig. I bought a 4K TV for this shit.
Yeah,
really. And like I said, yeah, I wanted to. I bought the hype. I'm like, this game's good. I never played a game 4K before the X. I'm like, oh, this shit's gonna look amazing, and it did for a little while. It didn't look, that great to me. Honestly, it wasn't like a generational leap, like from like PS2 to PS3 or PS1 to PS2. I could see it though, but like after 2 weeks, it was like, and now the Xbox One S supports 1440p.
But look, this is where I had a dilemma, right? I was sitting back one night where I was playing Gears with Zaire and some other folks, right?
Yeah.
And I looked at my we're just chilling in the lobby, and I look at my it says all day digital and says my game level, right? I was like level 21. And I dawned on me, I was like, I haven't played this much, right? And then a week later, I play Halo 5. And I noticed I'm level 14. And it kind of dawned on me, like, wait, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Am I done? Am I done here? I think I'm tapping out. Like, I think I've hit my fucking ceiling. I think it's done. I think I'm personally done. Like, what you see, what people fail to realize is Halo, the Gears, I was in the cream of the crop of it. I mean, playing 80 plus hours, 100 plus hours in Halo, like really going hard 7 days a week on the 360 on these great multiplayer games, right? A lot of these fucks online haven't did that, right?
True.
They think this shit is new. We've been doing this, right?
You're right.
So it doesn't have that same appeal. So as a veteran Xbox owner, we're looking for that upper echelon now. We want the new shit. We want the evolution. We want the innovation now. Innovation is not a fucking UI with a slick screen. No, that's not what we're talking about here. We want some games.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
Right. For some reason, guys tend to think that Microsoft and the Xbox is pushing the industry and technology forward, and I can't understand why. When, for one, Sony is the one that had PSVR first.
Right.
They're the ones that has done a lot of stuff first. And then guess what? They are giving you the games. They gave you the first 4K gaming console. I don't know. So I think guys are more in love with Microsoft, the company, than the actual games. These guys, they care more about the executives and about the services and about Xbox Live.
And you know what? That's completely fine.
When I ask people, why do you like Xbox? You know what? They never mention games. They always say, oh, I like the ecosystem. It's my friends, the services, Xbox Live, Game Pass, all these other things that has nothing to do with the games themselves. Now, I'm a gamer at heart, and I've said this. The moment Sony stopped fulfilling my needs and stopped bringing the games, I'll be on fucking Nintendo platform, or I'll be back to my PC. I will be where the games are. I'm agnostic. It don't matter. It's good and dandy that Sony bringing the bangers and giving me everything I need right now. But the moment they stop, I am not loyal. I am. Trust me. I'm not loyal at all.
Right. That's the same with anything, though. It's like your cable company, whatever. But it's one more thing. I got a problem with Xbox One X. Right. Since the release of this thing, we're getting games like. This is a first party IP, but it's on their system now. PUBG, right? Sea of Thieves, for all everything we heard, Craig, for the power of the X, Kanye West, no one man should have all this power, all this bullshit, right? The beast is coming, and you get games like PUBG, which came in a steady at 30 FPS. It looks like shit.
Spaghetti and water,
you got Sea of Thieves with a Kraken has no body, and that game, I know the art style is different, but that game looks pretty shitty. Besides the water, that's where all the money went. But nothing against that game. Looks to be okay, but it's not the most graphically impressive game out there. Just like two very, very demanding. So with all the power of the system, like I'm looking for them to. It doesn't have to be the 4K thing, but more NPCs on screen, more shit going on. It's not pushing anything forward. It's not utilizing the power of the system whatsoever. The only thing we're getting from this is high resolutions. We're not getting smarter UI or AI or nothing like that. That's another big problem I have with this system.
Well, who are the people saying the beast is coming? Well, I bet they were the people. I bet they had. Look, these are the same cats.
That was their slogan. I thought it was Xbox slogan.
No, the beast is coming. No, that was never Xbox.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's how much they fucking. I do know they. I do know that Xbox. Had Kanye West do their damn intro. So.
All right, but it's Kanye West. He's not had one good song since friggin'
no one man should have. But would you agree though with because on paper the Xbox One X is the beast, right? It has fantastic specs, especially for the price, in my opinion.
I think it has good specs, but I would always ask who is going to deploy the assets better, your first party guys or your or your third.
Right, and we're not seeing it.
Your first party guys have done a good job. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, you got to give props where props due. So, the first party guys, they've done a good job. You said Gears, Halo; those are all native 4K games.
Right, okay? but those are already games that were out previously. They just upscaled and made it native 4K.
They're still 2000. When did Gears come out? 2016.
Yeah, but the textures and everything are pretty much identical. It's basically just a resolution bump.
And how many games, and J.W. has said this, how many games have got 4K assets in them? Because that's
to tell you the truth, there's only a handful of games that have 4K assets. Gears of War 4. You got Halo. Forza.
I think Shadow of War. I think too.
Shadow of War and Forza 7.
Okay, I will say.
Yeah, I think those are like the only.
Shadow War looks great though. That's the best multiplayer I've seen on the.
I always think about Forza as a first party. Yeah, that game looks to take advantage of the console. That game looks incredible.
Well, I listen. I get it, but again, there's 4 games with the 4K textures. But again, this system was hyped up to be the end all be all. The 4K 60. Everything 4K textures, everything, and if that would have came true, maybe with new IPs that would have helped it. But guys, there is no game on the Xbox that's like God of War, Uncharted, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Right.
The list goes on and on and on. Mm-hmm. Let's not talk about the Spider-Mans, the Detroits, and The Last of Us, the Death Strandings, and on and on and on. That's a trend in gamers, even Xbox gamers. They see that. They say, look, we want these gems that they have over there. Why are they able to create these masterpieces never seen before?
Why were they making fun of those
4.2 T-flops?
1.8 is looking better than Xbox One X games.
Yes.
But then why were they making fun? I mean, I know the answers, but why were they making fun of these games when they weren't on their console?
It's damage control, right? Walking simulators. They're all the same. They're just The Last of Us clones or Uncharted clones. You got to realize it. But now, guess what? Reality sets in. They see that game, the God of War, looking beautiful. They see Spider-Man. It's doing something to them inside. They're looking at their Xbox X with that
hold on, Jay. How many times do we talk? We talk almost every day, correct?
Pretty much every day, yeah.
Okay. How many times have I moaned and groped and be like, bro, you know what?
Yep.
Where my cell phone at? All right, let me see. Let me call this place real quick. All right.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to GameStop. You traded all your used games. This is Mark. How can I help you? Yeah, how much you guys want for this motherfucker? Because I'm gonna get rid of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm so close to getting rid of it, but you know what?
Yeah.
I saved my money and I got it, and that like fuck, I went through a lot to get it. You know what I mean? So
I agree with you all day. Like I said, I think
it's
about it all
hard
the
to let
time,
go.
man. I think
It's
about it
hard
all
to
the
let
time.
Right,
I'm not. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No,
I'm not pressed for cash, but I just like I'm scared of my luck. I'm gonna trade it. I'm gonna like sell it, and then on Twitter it's like boom, Xbox announces some crazy ass game.
But you guess what? I'm wait. Look, do what I do. Use the all day strategy. Use the scummy strategy. Right. What you're gonna do is wait till E3. If they don't show you nothing you want, this motherfucker is out of here.
What if you call him up though, like all day, like he said, man, how much y'all want for this motherfucker? Then they know what you're talking about. No, your Xbox X.
Yeah, they already know.
What's it? It's $300 trading credit, right? At GameStop right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing depreciation in 6 months.
Yeah, $300, and that's traded. Try cash. You get like.
And you know what, guys? This is the sad thing about it, right? We knew this going in. This console came out 4 years into the gaming cycle. This I hate to say it, but this gaming generation only lasted 6 years.
Jay, let me ask you a question real quick. Just real quick.
Yeah.
So say if they didn't, they would have came out with the S. This is how I feel. I think personally, if they would have bumped up the S model at that launch and brought new IPs out, they would have been straight.
Yeah,
it would have been cool. Yes. I think they just focused on the wrong things, man.
I'm going to tell you now. This is what's going to happen. The X is going to get a price cut.
$450.
I see them coming with a couple of games. But those games are not going to come for a while.
Next gen.
When I say a while, I mean close to next gen, if not next gen. The games that you're getting now, the Sea of Thieves, the Crackdown, State of Decays, games like those, I would consider those games not even AAA. They're like AA, right?
They're like really good AA's, yeah.
Yeah, they're really good AA. Mm-hmm. Well, not Sea of Thieves, but okay. But
that's really free to play.
Those caliber of games, and then someone kind of mentioned it. They don't like. I forgot what his name. The guy I talk to a lot on Twitter, he doesn't like me using the word mediocre, but I use mediocre as a to describe Microsoft and the Xbox right about now. Now, as someone who's purchased, I don't even know how many damn Xboxes I've purchased this generation, not let alone how many that I've given away. I just don't see any value of you buying supposedly a premium product when the competition is offering you something not only cheaper, but that outperforms your console in any and every way. I just don't get it. At the end of the day, we're gamers, right? We should only care about the games. But they market you a 4K console based on specs, not the games. And I think that's kind of part of the problem.
Well, let me tell you this. If Xbox did more, and this is my thing, like everybody's going crazy about the Division update for the Xbox One X, right? And the first thing I ask, because this is what I care about more than 4K, right? The frames, nigga. What are the frames? Did they give them improvements? Like, look, if Xbox had an option with most games for 1080p 60, bro, I would be playing a lot of multiplats on my X, way more. Yeah. Because I care about the frames, right? But then, they're not really doing that with a lot of their titles. It's just, you get a performance enhancement, which is like Tomb Raider did a good job. I'll give them that. Tomb Raider, you can play 1080p 60. It's fucking great, but I've already beat it.
Yeah. Here's the thing all day, right? All of these games that are all these third-party games that are coming on the X with these patches have already been over a year ago, have already been on the Pro running at 4K. Division has already been 4K native last year. It's like they're just not catching up to that point. And so it's not really special when they're coming out with patches for these games that we've already replayed again. And so I don't know. They're just in a tough position right now. And I don't know if you guys saw Phil Spencer's tweets earlier, but he did, he did reply to me But the gist of it is, folks are worried. They want to know where the roadmap is for Xbox. Even though Microsoft,
they gave that out. That's what I don't understand. They
Craig,
gave
they gave
I
the
know that.
roadmap.
I know that, Craig. But this is how Phil Spencer talks, right? He talks in riddles. He tells you a lot without telling you nothing. That way, you can't really hold his feet to the fire. You know, the same way they came out and said that Sea of Thieves had 2 million unique players, and then guys took it and ran as that's meaning that they sold 2 million. Well, they did not sell 2 million. We don't know what the hell 2 million unique things mean. The same way.
I was one of them. I was one of those unique.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, the same way they coined the term True 4K. Well, we thought True 4K was what? True 4K. That means 4K native. No checkerboard, no nothing. But no, True 4K means anything above 1080p is coined True 4K, according to Microsoft. So they have a way of not lying to you. They lie to you without lying to you. They kind of, you know, and I don't know, man. It's the weirdest shit ever. It is. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this with any company ever before. But it is what it is, and you have to know how to take Microsoft with a grain of salt. You have to know how to decipher what they're saying and read between the lines. Phil Spencer said,
but isn't it better to know? Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish. I'm my bad.
He said, yes, look. He said, it took time for us to get the hardware right. It took time for us to get the services right. It's going to take time for us to get the first-party single-player games right. Guess what? This generation is over probably next year. I think it's rumored that the PS5 is at least going to be announced next year, probably dropped at the end of the year, if not early 2020. I hate to say it, but this is almost June. We're in March right now. This is pretty much the end of the end of April. So we're pushing May, June. This year is damn near half over. So time is running fast for them. I mean, time is running out. For guys that are expecting some big hits and big bangers to come out, guys, you're going to have, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to buy another console to figure that
out. But I love when you said earlier in your comment that the reality is set in.
Yes.
But weren't there people online like, you know, Randall Thor, shout out to him, Rory Ward, shout out to him, who said this is, you know, maybe wait to see what we're going to. Hell, I said that. Why don't you all wait to see it? All I heard was 4K assets and 6T flops. But, you know, they never let me get out and say, yeah, but you only got like 4 studios. So, and they've already made their game.
Here's the thing. They waited, right? We waited last year. We waited the year before. We waited the year before that. Here's the problem. While guys wait, everybody else, Nintendo, is quickly catching up. They have Metroid. They have, what do you call it? Super Smash Brothers coming. They have Donkey Kong. They have Wolfenstein 2. They have all these other games that are coming that are pushing forward. Then you got Sony and all their juggernaut hits. Everybody's eating. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's happy. The Xbox fan base is sitting around waiting on that day. And I hate to say it, but if history tells us anything, is you can wait, but all you're going to be met with is, here's another console. Please buy it and then keep waiting for the software.
Yeah, well, I just don't understand. I can't say I just don't understand. It just sounds like the people who are complaining. Let me make this clear, because like Tony P said earlier, I got plenty of people that play on their Xbox. They, you know, Jay, you play on your Xbox. You're not like, oh my God, I got to turn this thing on. You know, but you know, you're not online complaining. Like, you're not online filing a complaint. So, but. And that's what I don't understand. The people who are online filing the complaints, they act. It's just like they act. I mean, it's just this sense of entitlement came with the Xbox X. You kind of see where I'm coming from when I say that.
Listen here, K Mega. No, dude.
Oh, leave that man alone. Did he win your contest? I know I lost, so I'll never win an election.
What contest?
But, all day. He had who took the biggest L's of 17. I think.
K-Mega won. Yeah, K-Mega. Of course, he's up there. He like I said before, he sits on a L-shaped recliner. Like that, bro. I mean, he opens up every. I mean, he. wait. He opens up a can of alphabet soup and all L's will come out. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I mean, like he took the L this week. I mean, being overjoyed for Hellblade and saying it's phenomenal and loving Rise, Son of Rome, and saying fuck God-of-War because you're killing a beast inside of his mouth. Like, I didn't understand the logic of a gamer, and he's not a gamer, bro. He's tooting this fanboy war. He says
right.
That's all it is. I mean, if God-of-War was on Xbox, man, that motherfucker be out there on his knees trying to get it.
Listen,
I agree.
It's funny how when Hellblade came out on the PlayStation, the guys damage control that and said, "Oh, it's trash," and they talked about it bad. But now, when those leftovers go to the Xbox, now guys want to rally each other, behind each other. Hey, yeah, guys, make sure you go out and buy this game. It's great. It's beautiful. It's the most beautifulest 4K game I've ever seen. And it's like, wait. Where were you last year when that shit came out?
They were talking down.
I don't get it. The hypocrisy of these guys.
Well, that's why when I stream games, I always say the superior console. That's why. Yeah. I mean, these guys. I mean, now the game's only been out for 72 hours, but if it's truly like Tony said, at 18 to 19,000, then what were you bragging about? I mean, that's what I don't understand. You're Hellblade. If Hellblade's really at that number, why are you all not playing this game and you're running God of War to the ground? You're bitching about Spider. They bitch more about, so I just don't understand.
That's a problem too, though, Craig. That baffles me, man. Like Hellblade, say it sold 19,000. You got guys like me and other Xbox guys saying, we want these fucking games on the Xbox, these big AAA games, and Hellblade's not like that. It's not that big, huge AAA game. It's a great game. They're looking great, but 19,000. Obviously, Microsoft sees that number. They're like, oh, this isn't what Xbox people want, and that's why they're getting goddamn. That's why we're getting PUBGs and Sea of Thieves and games like that. State of Decay 2, Crackdown, 19,000, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, how long has it been? It's been 3 days, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's a soft number, but if you do that number, it's gonna do what? Hashtag my math sucks. It's gonna do 60,000 at the end of the month. So that's if it stays at 8.
Yeah, 40 million users though.
Yeah, I know. And boy, oh boy, and that's I've told people doing podcasts. I said, look, the X-bots or whatever you want to call them need to just shut up because there are people waiting in the bushes. Like there's a reason why. Shout out to Jay Barry. There's a reason why they're not doing debates anymore because they will get. I mean, it would be
like what the debate anymore? It's over. It's over.
The Impatient Fire said at 19,000 is terrible. Well, that's what I'm saying. If it's a true number, that's a soft number. I'm rounding it up to 20,000, but that is bad.
That's still bad, man. You got PSVR games with some more than that.
Yeah.
What's their donation goal? 25K?
25,000 sold, and they'll donate. So 25K, the first one. If they sell 50K,
it's tiers. They want to do 20. Start at 25.
Come on, Xbox dudes, go out there and support that game, bro. It's for a good cause.
Unfortunately, nobody's. I don't know.
Yeah, shout out to my favorite Xbox guy, Beast Fire Tim Dog. He is pleading with you all to go buy that game. He's pleading with you all.
You need to buy the game. The game is good. I mean, come on. You gotta buy it. I mean, you got the voices in your head and everything going on. And, it's just a good game.
That's perfect.
I mean, I hated the puzzles. I hated the puzzles on that game. I was going crazy. I didn't care about the voices. I was going crazy because people were helping me in the chat, right? And I'm like, how do you even know to go to that point to look at, because there's nothing to cue you to look there. Nothing. You know, it doesn't matter, you know. But it's very enjoyable game. The content was off the chart. So, but I just do not understand. My point is that these guys are they're doing more complaining than celebrating this week, and they got a very good game, Hellblade, to get to that console. And I've seen nobody's
playing it.
Yeah, I know. That's my point. So,
crazy.
You know, and there's people playing it, but also they'll say, well, I've got it on PC and something like that. So it seems like they want to be able to say we have the games and they don't want to play them. Then they complain about when they got the games, they didn't buy them. So, but then they want more games. This is not, please, sir, might have some more. You don't support the games, you don't get to dictate what happens. And then you lose marketing and stuff like that to whoever. Right. Whoever.
So I'm looking at my friends list right now, and it's all Fortnite, PUBG. I got 50 on right now. It's all Fortnite and PUBG. And The Division. That's it.
All online.
And Zaire's on Peggle too. Oh shit! No, that's right.
No, don't just.
Now Mario said Hellblade is not that big. You're right, Mario, but it wasn't big in the first place. It's a small team that did that game. And the Cycle Gamer Hellblade did not fall flat. You may have missed out on what happened towards the end.
Fell asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, Tuda said all those games you named, JWAGS, are shooters. All of them.
Yeah, they're Battle Royale, more importantly. Fortnite and PUBG. Oh yeah, well, and the other one I named too. Yeah. So, and I just don't. I don't know. You guys notice, like, I got 50 friends right now. Not one's playing Sea of Thieves.
Yep.
Not one.
Yep.
Not one.
Well, I was just happy I found that black pig, but Fatal got mad because I didn't get him. I said, "Well, I emancipated that pig. It's had a hard life."
You know it's bad, Craig, when Fatal said he's done with that game.
Yeah, it was out of the blue. One day he came online and said, "Fuck that game." I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, you know it's bad. You know it's bad, right? When he was like the main guy, they should have hired him for the PR campaign. Fatal's into that shit, man.
Let me ask Chris Jones, what's going on with the Shenmue HD? Because I've seen three people say three different things.
All I know is it's good news. Really, I'm a huge fan of Shenmue. I mean, I remember my mom had got a settlement back in the day from her old job, right? So she said, we went to I don't know if you remember the warehouse. Remember the warehouse?
Yeah, the warehouse.
Yeah. She said,
it used to be warehouse music. And then
they had a game section. It was called Game Space in there, right? I went in there. She's like, "Get what you want." I said, "For real?" So I think I spent like $1,600 on a Dreamcast and every game that was out, right? Shenmue, when I popped that in, bro, like that game was so innovative at that time. Yeah, and it meant a lot to me, because I finished it. That was the first big game I ever finished that was that long, right? And we've always, when Xbox came out with theirs on the original Xbox, right? The Shenmue 2, right?
2, yeah.
Shenmue 2. That came out. I didn't play Shenmue 2, right? So this is a great opportunity for me to go back and enjoy the sequel. And I just think this is good news, man. And it's for Xbox too. So all that complaining about we ain't got no Japanese. Man, just go support. Go support. Yeah. This is good news.
Well, Hellblade is a Japanese game. Isn't Ninja Theory out of Japan, or are they US or European based? So there's your JRPG with adult content, and so everything's there that everybody's been bitching about. I believe. I can't remember. So what are you all doing? I'm serious. So you all should not be complaining because there's a game
I'll tell you what a lot of them are doing. A lot of them are going to GameStop buying them PlayStation Slims and Pros up. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Seems like it.
If you look on Twitter, left and right, look at Twitter. That's what they're doing. You know, I don't know. Even the most diehard Xbox guys have been quiet, and a lot of them have been talking about them PlayStation Pros looking kind of spiffy right about now.
Oh, so they're saying Ninja Theory is UK based. Okay, well, that's fine. That's why you guys are in the chat keeping me straight. So that's why I asked the question, you nimrods. Okay, I'm just kidding with you. Appreciate you in the chat, man. So, but Hellblade is not a JRPG. You're right, J Fonz. It's all right. It's just an RPG. Because I think you build your character. I can't remember.
What, Hellblade?
Don't you build the character up? I can't.
No.
Okay. No. I don't know, dude. I played that game back in like August. So
it's a pretty linear game, bro. You just I say it's an experience. It's a really good experience, man. It's not really in depth too much. You know?
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, an experience. Yeah. Yeah, not RPG. Yeah, forget everything I said. All right. So moving on, who is going to buy this football game on the Switch? So
what football game? What the fuck?
What football game?
What magic you talking about?
There's a football game coming out called Head Coach or something like that.
Is that that's a simulation football?
It's probably tabletop format.
Yeah, no, it's simulation. So you just play the coach. You don't actually play football. You just play the coach. You choose the plays, you manage the team and stuff like that. You're the management. I wish we had a football game on the Switch.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You manage. That's fun times. You can pick up Des Bryant.
No.
Hey. Well, I was going to say, what's up with that? How come Dallas cut him today? This flat cutting.
Hey,
you heard anything?
Jerry Jones said his services is no longer needed.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. Who knows? He may end up with the Texans. You know, he may end up here in Houston.
Yeah. That's a good point. I know he wants to go somewhere where he can be the number one guy. So
yeah, only place to be the number one guy, you got to catch them number one balls.
Yeah. Well, I just think a lot of the defense.
I mean, look at OBJ.
Yeah. Hell, he may be traded. Shit.
Exactly.
You know, they're talking.
Exactly.
Yeah. They wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's all I can say. But I think Dez ends up in Seattle because they need a number one. I mean, a true number one. You know, he would be up there. So I think he should well.
Man, I think that Technobo would be dope, bro.
Yeah, that would be fun. That's old school right there. So
well, they already have Punch Out on the Switch. For all you guys who own the Switch, go and buy Punch Out, man. It's awesome.
Wait, they have it on the store right now?
Yeah, it's on the store for the Switch.
Oh, that's dope. I have to check that out.
How much is it? How much is Punch Out?
I think I paid like $10 for it.
Yeah, look at
$7.99. Yeah.
10 bones.
I don't know, man. $10, maybe $3.99. I buy it.
It's Punch Out, man. It's just how you remember it. Glass Joe. You start off with Glass Joe, and then Ball Bull, and then the rest of it.
Yeah, I just don't like how you can emulate that for like nothing.
Yeah, but
hold on. Let's correct Halo Storm real quick. He said, "Why would we want Xbox to die so badly?"
Listen, nobody wants Xbox to die.
I want some fucking games
do
to
better.
play.
You want to do better. I wish nothing success.
If they don't give it any good major games, it's gonna die anyway, or it's gonna evolve. The problem is not us saying it, Halo Storm. It's Microsoft doing. You spent all that money, bought that console, and you just want to be content with what they're giving you because you care more about Microsoft than the games
itself.
Stop
living off the land.
Just
eat whatever the fuck they give you, bro.
If you don't ask for better, you'll never get better.
And that's the good. That's a good segue, though, Craig. Well, it's not my show, but did you guys hear about this? What are you guys' thoughts on this Minecraft Xbox achievements, Xbox login stuff?
That is the number one reason Sony did not want to do crossplay with Microsoft.
Yeah,
that's
what we've been saying for months.
Exactly. Yeah. That proves it, right? That proves it right there.
Yeah, and these guys online put on their, they woke up in the morning and they went to their refrigerator and they rubbed their butter on their waist and put on their skinny jeans. They're like, no, it's
I think Halus was the biggest Xbox guy I know, man. He says I'm enjoying. I'm having the console. I'm enjoying the games too. What games?
Whatever. Yeah. Listen,
multiplex.
Microsoft is selling you a bunch of Xbox 360 games that they already got your $60 back in the day. They're just repackaging them and selling them to you again. Come on, stop it, guys. It's time to call a spade a spade.
And the vast majority of people don't have these games on disc still.
Yes, people.
I would give Microsoft a bigger break, right? If they would announce all these backwards compatible games from the OG Xbox, like it's some big announcement, I would take that lightly and better than I am now if you had other games to go on top of it.
Right.
Real games. Real
Your
IPs.
backwards compatibility has overshadowed
That's what I'm saying.
the new games, and that's the problem.
Right. But all this does is improve their service, right? Because they'll start throwing those original Xbox games in Game Pass.
Yeah, like I think people are confused, man. Like nobody's knocking backwards compat games. I think it's a fantastic idea. And I'm glad it's there, but you can't just have that and not offer nothing new.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah. So your vocal point and your highlight is 15-year-old games. I'm good, bro. I played those games already. Unlike these other fucks in the community, we beat those games. We beat Vito Vince. We beat Brute Force. We beat fucking Otai. Oh, that's old. Shit.
I saw someone on Twitter like, "Oh, I'm so excited to play Red Dead Redemption in 4K. First time playing." I'm like, well, that's fantastic. That's your first time playing it. But
where were you?
Right, for most of us, that's been done. Yeah, and we're looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Right,
exactly. You should be worried more about Red Dead 2 than Red Dead 1 just because it's in 4K.
Yeah, well, they didn't play it until it was in 4K. Like
that kind of.
So
Well, and again, that's why they don't have any games. So
a lot of these games, like, I'm waiting for them to Xbox One enhance that. I see things on Twitter all day, or people in my private group chats and stuff talking about, oh, this game looks amazing, enhanced. I'm like, fuck it, these enhanced backwards, like Gears 2. Like I was getting screenshots they sent me. Gears 2 looks amazing, enhanced. I'm like, Gears 2.
Exactly.
I'm like, play this.
I said you would never touch that game if they enhance it.
Exactly.
Never went back to it. And they did it. They went back, took 4 screenshots, and shut it off.
Yep.
They didn't play the campaign. They weren't playing multiplayer on there.
Yeah.
They just wanted to
listen. It's more of a bragging right. And I'll say this earlier. They would rather they want to beat Sony. They don't want the games. They don't care about they're not demanding anything. There's really nobody demanding, hey, we want new games. These guys are perfectly content with Xbox 360 games and the services that they're getting. They're content with it. And this is why they are not getting the new stuff. They can get on Twitter and YouTube and claim that they want it, but I look at Hellblade. They're not buying it. So I mean, why do you expect Phil to invest all this money in something that they're not going to buy anyway?
All right. He said, what did Halo Storm say? He said,
or a bunch of remasters.
But the thing he's not getting again though is they can remaster 100 games because they're bringing the new shit as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It don't matter how many games they bring back.
It's not at the detriment. It's not at the detriment of new games. And you can have all the remasters you want, and that's good. Those shout out to Fame. He said that today. Those are the French fries of the dinner. He wants the burger. Where is the main course? Not the French fries, not the side piece, that side dish.
Right, and a remaster is different from an enhancement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very.
You're talking about something from the ground up, like that new Spyro. That's gonna be a good remaster. That looks, leagues better than the original. Same with like Crash and Shadow of the Colossus, things like that.
Yeah, he said new games above all remasters are pointless now. I do think he just says things to be silly.
Yeah,
to be silly, because there's no way. I mean, that's crazy.
Listen.
It's not,
what's up, Savage?
Yeah. Oh, Savage, you're in the building. What's up
Savage,
on that West Coast time?
Shout out to him. You're very welcome, bro. Spyro's a remake. Oh, that's what I meant to say. God damn it. Yeah, we got remake. Spyro's a remake. Thank you, Mario. Yeah, Spyro's a remake. So Shadow of the Colossus is a remake. So remasters, what's the good example of a remaster?
The Last of Us,
right?
The Last of Us remaster.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So tell you what. Okay, I'll take the L on that one. Remasters and enhancements are pretty close. I meant to say remakes. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I took an L earlier with that Ninja Theory.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I'll take it over.
11 o'clock at night. And
but see, that's the difference, though, Craig. It's like we can hold that L gracefully. Some people in this community can't hold an L even when it's right there in front of them. They won't claim it.
I'm still basking in the glory of telling everybody on the multiplayer podcast what was going to happen and just watching it actually happening. Having that Messiah foresight, getting the blue robe of knowledge and the ring of truth. Now watch all those crazy people go at each other.
You guys, I'm sure you guys. It's funny, man. It's Baron situation.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh man, that shit's funny, bro.
Shout out to Baron. Baron's the homie.
No, he won't claim it though, bro. He lost.
Did he lose? Really?
Yeah, it hit at 95.
It hit at 95. Yep.
Yep.
Is it going to stay there?
Well, that's his thing. He wants to give it more time to see if it stays there.
No. At first, he said it would never hit 95 at all. He said he wants to see it because when it was 94, he was saying, "Oh, well, if it was 95, then they win." But now he's saying that if it's 95, okay, we'll see if it drops back down to under 95.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like Barry, man, but he shifts the post, man, to whatever fits his objective. That's where he's gonna change the rules up and say, "Oh, well, it's technically,
Yeah.
Look, the Nintendo Switch has taken my Xbox's place. The main place my preferred platform is Sony. Then it's Switch, then it's Xbox, and I would never in my fucking life put the Switch above the Sony platform.
Like
I just can't do it.
My preferred platform is Xbox, but I think, in my opinion, I'm playing the Switch a lot, man. But the Switch is it's offering way more value to me than my Xbox right now.
Bro, I've been playing Splatoon. Me and Jay be playing that shit. That shit is fire, bro.
I haven't tried Splatoon yet, but I'm playing things like I'm playing Bayonetta. Like I said, Zelda's still putting new content. It's good shit on there. Nintendo's still lacking a lot on. I don't agree with a lot of their.
You go to your friends list and you can't interact with not a fucking soul.
Oh, the friend codes, man! I think it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that 2018 there's no cloud save storage for that thing. All your save files. If your Switch breaks, you're fucked. All your save data is gone.
It's coming in September along with their online.
Is it? What the cloud storage? They said that.
Yeah, it's part of their whole paid thing.
Yeah, but they said they're bringing out cloud storage?
They said that. Yes, they said that. If you go to their website and look at some of the details and some of the items that it's going to offer, and it's like $20 a year. You get the cloud save space. You get, I think, was it 2 games a month of the old VC games,
virtual console games.
Yeah, virtual console games.
Yeah, but they go away, right? Like
they go away.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They can change it at any time, but
I think they want to keep it there. So if you like it that much, you'll just go buy it on their eShop.
Yeah.
They're sticklers, man, Nintendo. But also, man, like the other thing, like I said, the Switch is a good gaming console, which is the main reason we buy these consoles, right? I do like multimedia. I like 4K movies, apps, and things, but the Switch is doing what it has to do. It's like for gaming. It's focused primarily on games, which is why it's succeeding. Plus, I think the portability plays the main factor here. I think you guys would agree that's its main selling point. If the Switch was a home console, right? Let's say those specs, and it wasn't portable, I do not think it would be doing nearly as well as it's doing.
Not
of
at all.
course, it'll be a Wii U.
Right. Yeah. I think it's 90% of its success is due to the fact that it's portable, which isn't a bad thing to say, but that's definitely the driving force behind it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because their third-party support, while they're getting more third-party support than I thought they would, it's still not. It's still not stellar. It's still not.
Shout out to Robert McLeod. He said the Switch is good for you if you like chatting with people on your phone.
On your phone. Oh yeah. That party chat is atrocious. And some games don't even support. Like they released the Payday 2. That doesn't even support party chat.
Yeah.
A lot of issues to work out. But
let's go left to right here with the last one, and I want all you gentlemen's take on it. Just based on the reaction from the Salt here the last 3 to 5 weeks with Detroit coming out, and what we've seen on Twitter. Does God.of.4 did it finally? I mean, 'cause I think the console war is over, but did it finally just end the console war proper? Like everybody can just come out of hiding. You have the Xbox community turning on itself, which is fine. They needed to. They got to get the riffraff out. But I'll start with you first, all day. What do you think? Did God.of.4 end the fake console war?
I think it ended all wars.
Yeah.
I didn't. You know what? I didn't think it was gonna have this. I knew it was gonna be a good game and it was gonna be phenomenal. I didn't know how much salt it would sprinkle on all these wounds. You saw motherfuckers coming out the woodworks. I mean, just downplaying it. I mean, just look. If it's not your preferred platform, even not your genre of game, just give it its props, man. You know what I mean? It's doing well. It's a good game. It's phenomenal. We haven't had a official God.of.4 game in a while. So, just enjoy it, and hopefully you guys pick it up when it comes out, man. I ain't got nothing negative to say about it. But I will say, man, those reviews, like Sony, the marketing is so fucking crazy. Like, Inside Xbox just happened, right?
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers lift the embargo with the review a week early to get the sales rolling up. Bruh.
Yes.
Bruh.
Control the narrative.
Amazon. Nick, you see niggas riding in the car with their PS4 Pro's fucking seat belt in the passenger seat instead of their girls. Man, it's going down. Like, and that's a beautiful thing, man. Keep gaming healthy, man.
Yeah.
All right, what about I'll say J-Dub the last. I know he's got the biggest one to say. I think it's a different game that really ended everything. But JWAGS, what do you think, brother? Just kind of like all they were saying, based on some of the salt that we've seen.
Yeah, so I agree with all day had a good not all day, but J-Dub had a great analysis of your question. But like I said, I don't think the war is going to end. You're always going to have people that are going to ride or die for Xbox no matter what. I think it did solidify it. I think people, it made people internally think, it woke people up. I see a lot of people, Xbox guys especially, hardcore Xbox guys I know, posted pictures on Twitter. They got a PS4 Pro. They're ready to play God.of.4, man. They're ready for these big AAA experiences of this caliber. So, do I think it ended the war? No, but I think it put a huge dent. My voice is cracking. Dent in the war.
Your cracking ain't lacking.
Yeah, I that's what stay up, but like I said, it didn't. It's not going to end anything. You got people who are, no matter what happens, are going to support Xbox, no matter what bullshit they do. But I think it put an end to this whole narrative that
Xbox has no will.
Well, I think it solidifies when it say that Xbox has no games. When we say games, we're talking about these kind of games. And it's only started here. You got God.of.4, Detroit Become Human, you got Spider-Man, whatever else they decided to release this year, and then come in the future. We know it's coming, plus whatever they haven't announced yet. It's going to be a rough year for Xbox, man. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, JDUBCITY, what do you think, my brother?
Man, again, guys have been waiting a long time for this, and I just when you think that, you got a good game in Sea of Thieves, then Sony drops the bombs. You know, they came out with the whole Spider-Man thing, and then this God of War. The console war was over in 2014, but I guess the argument against PlayStation kind of went away. It literally went away. It separated the men from the boys.
Yeah. Wait, let me say this: the reviews came out, right? Everybody's going crazy. I think I counted like 23 10s across the board, and then right behind that, in the undertone, in the underline, you got Game Informer doing a whole month's they're doing coverage on Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, bro, it's just it's great marketing, bro. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't say. I honestly think the game that really broke their back is Horizon Zero Dawn. That's the game I've heard that's the game when I listen to Xbox podcast, any of them, the game that I hear off their mouth the most is Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that game was call it a Trojan horse, call it the smack in the face. When that game came out, there has been nothing Xbox has put out graphically with 6 teeth or whatever you want to call it that looks better, than that. I mean, it just doesn't. That game has ants crawling up the trees with leaves. If you look, it's got water that there, but it evaporates over time. Yeah.
It only has 4.2 T-flops. How is it killing the six T-flop beast? I don't get it.
I think Hellblade looks better than anything Xbox has put out.
Yeah, Hellblade looks good too. Yeah. Yeah, Hellblade is not.
You had guys crying when Shadow of the Colossus came out. So again, Sony has those games.
I got grill for that, man. For playing that game.
Yeah. Sony has those franchises that blow the internet up.
Yeah.
And that's just the case. That's pretty much this whole gen. It's been that way.
That shit had me dying, man. When I don't know if you guys caught Zaire's. What's wrong? I didn't even drink. I don't know if you guys caught Zaire's stream earlier. He was showing Xbox's channel. 329 views.
Yeah.
8 hours ago, like damn, dude, that's bad. Like I'm a small channel, man, but like my video released, the Xbox one has over 400 views. Like Jesus Christ.
That again, that's very telling. That means even Xbox guys don't really support Microsoft like that. Again, back to what I said, they want to win the war. They don't care for the games.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, and somebody posted this on Twitter, if you're really a gamer, you would be gaming on the PlayStation 4 because that's the platform that has been giving you the games this generation.
Mm-hmm.
To just game on Xbox alone, how can you justify that with the caliber of games and where they're heading?
I think if you're because like Xbox has always been geared as the shooter box, the competitive box. You know what I mean? So if you're into shooters and the competitive multiplayer games, then by all means, play on the Xbox.
Yeah, but listen, even that all day, Sony has the marketing deals and all of the stuff with Call of Duty and Battlefield and everything and Star Wars Battlefront. So it's not even a shooter box anymore.
Well, I'm talking about, the Halos and the Gears, stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, Halo and Gears, that's it. I mean, again, it's known as the shooter box because it was not only Halo and Gears, it was also Call of Duty and Battlefield and all these other games. It had the whole shooters sold up, and now it's reversed and went to Sony. And I mean, I don't know, man. Even the fighters, all the fighters. Sony just has everything.
That's the big thing, man. Like now, especially like whenever the PS5 does come out, and if they are backwards compat, it's just in terms of value, man. Because you buy the PS4, you're gonna have you're gonna have every third party game, all these second party games are gonna be there, all these fantastic first party games. They're gonna be on that console. So like you said, if you're a real gamer, it makes most sense. If you want games, it's gonna be on the PlayStation.
Yep.
Like I said, I can't justify that it's Xbox, man. Like I said, for I think Craig says just a little more, right?
Little bit more.
I think that's Craig's saying just a little more.
Yep, a little bit
Yeah,
more.
a little bit more, and it should. It's more powerful. So it's. I tell people in the
but it's $500 more though.
Well, but think about it. The Pro was what $399, so it was $200 more than the Pro.
But at that point, see, when the Pro came out, it was $100 more than the base model. When the X came out, it was $250 more than that Xbox One S.
Yeah,
so,
again,
twice the price.
Yeah, and again, it's the people went out and bought it that didn't know what they were buying. It's not Microsoft. Again, I don't recall Microsoft pulling out a Gestapo telling people to go buy it or else.
Look,
all they had to do was buy the Xbox One S. And just think, if they had all bought Xbox One S's and waited till E3, then they maybe see something that they really wanted on the X, then they could have said, okay, because you still got your 4K TV because the Xbox One S will do upscaling. It won't look as good as the X, I know, but they would still have their pride. Now they're getting, now they're online complaining. Like every day they're bitching.
The perfect look. At the end of the day, the perfect remedy is just own everything and play what you want. Period.
Yeah. Listen. I get that, but it's harder and harder to keep saying that because now, how can you justify that they're not even giving you?
Wait till E3, bro.
Oh my God.
You gotta wait.
I want to tell you guys, I put my Xbox One X up on Craigslist for $300. No response. 2 weeks.
Wow.
Download OfferUp.
I haven't tried OfferUp.
Yeah, download the app on your phone. It should be going quick.
300 bones.
Well, GameStop, I think, is offering $300 now.
I honestly wouldn't sell it. I was just curious to pay my.
It's hard to sell it, man. I paid too much money, man. Even though, E3, I might get rid of this motherfucker.
I mean, if they don't show, I'm with you, bro. Like, if they don't show anything,
I will get the S. I'll keep the S.
I have an S, so if they don't show anything, man, fuck it, I'm done. I'll keep the S, and it's like,
Let me ask you this: what are you guys expecting from them come E3?
Something, like I said, it's a hard question to answer, but I like to see them secure something. Like I always said, it would be crazy. This wouldn't happen, but how about a Hulk game? Something like that. It's a good mascot for them, right? Big green guys, color their console, their colors. They can bring back something old, like I don't know, even these their old games, like the Conquerors and the Ninja Gaidens or Fables. It's something big like that.
Don't worry, guys. The Kraken's body will evolve over time.
Oh, fuck me!
Oh my God.
Yeah. It'll evolve like they actually said that like they meant to do that.
I posted it.
They purposely made that water dark so you can't see it.
You can't see it, yeah.
Somebody got a picture and I was like, oh yeah, well we meant to do this. Shut up. You didn't mean to do that. You didn't mean to do that.
Lazy fuck.
That's what I'm saying. The power of the X, but like he's visually cut off at the. Oh my God.
That is stupid.
Fucking Olive Garden and water. Like what the fuck?
Oh, apparently they released a roadmap today. I haven't read about it yet, but apparently they released what they're going to add to the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but they did drop that. My voice is they did drop that today. It's too much yelling, man, from our last video. My voice is going.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Get some lemon, nigga.
Oh man. Like, if you guys haven't seen the video I'm talking about, you'll know why my voice is sparse or hoarse.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and get on up out of here. It's 11:40, and I may or may not be going to work tomorrow. I don't know. They didn't call me, so I said, well, if you need an extra hand, I can come on in, and they never called. So if they call me in the morning, I'll be like, you were all supposed to let me know this last night,
Hey, Craig, I'm sorry to interrupt you in the end of the show, but someone in the chat put something that I think is a good point. He said, just want to let you guys know that not everybody can afford all three consoles.
True.
Well, even if you can't, right? Why would you go with the Xbox One X? It's $500. Right, that means it's more expensive.
Right. No, but then you got Game Pass, so.
But if you're
software,
if you're a gamer, all of the games are on the PlayStation, so you have to choose. Do you want the games, or if it was about money, if it was about money, you would go and get an Xbox One S. So
that is true. Wow.
Don't
get
try
an S
to.
with Game Pass.
I would honestly say like if I could only, let's say, let's say I'm a kid, right, or 16. If I had a choice, like if I could only have one console, let's say I can only, for some reason I was only allowed to have one console, I would choose the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Just because I know I'm gonna get all my third party games, all these second party ones, and all these banging exclusives.
Yeah,
I would have to go with the PlayStation.
You don't even have to get a Pro. You can go get a PlayStation Slim for $200.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
and you have all the games, all the exclusives, the third parties, the indies, the VR, the everything.
Yeah, you're not gonna miss anything.
So the whole,
select few.
Yeah, the whole cost thing that's a non-starter when it comes to, I can't buy all the platforms, so I'm just going to buy the X. Just say, look, I don't want to buy a PlayStation. I'm a corporate slave, and let me do me. Just say that.
Yeah, I really think that statement only applies like it's like, we can't afford all consoles. I think it really only applies like if you're like under the age of 18 can't work.
Yeah, but most of the guys that say that.
No, but a whole generation though, Craig. You figure like 5 years, man. Like,
Well, what it is, if you admit, J-Dub's right. If you admit corporate slavery, you will get a 30% coupon off to your local jean store, and then you all can go ahead and put on your skinny jeans and be, simps.
Facts.
All you got to do. Go get your skinny jeans and complain. Because I've never seen a bunch of grown men running around saying, I deserve more. You don't deserve nothing but an ass.
Well, that's a good thing, man. Like I said, let's say you wanted to play every single game ever, right? Like you didn't want to miss a single experience. All you need a PC, Switch, PS4.
Yep.
You don't need an Xbox.
Now somebody said they live in a third world country. Well, brother, you got good internet.
Tell you what, Xbox is not even in most locations, so you have no choice but to get a PlayStation.
Yeah, or I guess a Switch.
All right, well, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Everybody keeps tweeting me saying that World War III is about to start. So, I guess go ahead and get your popcorn ready, whatever you want to call it. So, but you all, gentlemen, shout yourselves out. We'll start with the Oracle first. Who enlightened?
What's up, man? Hey, thanks for having me. Thanks for the invite, man. It was a pleasure being with you, gentlemen, on this Friday night. And you guys can find me, the Relentless All Day Digital on Twitter. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bitch!
Right. Oh, all day you're gonna get that Black Panther in May when it comes out.
What are you talking? I already bought it.
Oh, you already bought it?
Yeah, it's already done. No, I didn't really buy it, but as soon as it's available for pre-order, I'm definitely putting my money on that. Support it, man.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's the third biggest grossing.
Is there any collector's edition with it, or any hardcovers, or anything special?
Yeah, they got some special stuff coming because they did get caught. Disney got caught kind of behind. I call BS on it, but they didn't have a lot of merchandise out. They did not. They said they didn't expect the push.
They probably
did. Yeah, and because all their stuff was geared for Infinity War, they can't put Chadwick Boseman and Denai Guerrero out in front of Infinity War because people keep asking them about Black Panther. Like they can't. He literally said it's crazy. So. But yeah, all right, JWAGS. You were the Xbox guy tonight. You brought the truth back.
Yeah.
Go ahead and shout yourself out.
The X Plus guy. Yeah, what's going on, buddy? It's JWAGS412. Shout out to Craig Harris. Thank you so much for having me out. J-Dub all day. Always great to come on this podcast, man, talk about this shit. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all so much for watching. The internet's a big place. The fact that you guys took time out of your day to come watch this podcast means a lot to me and everybody on the panel. I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks.
Peace.
All right. And finally, JDUBCITY.
Everybody has been great. Again, another one in the history books. It's your boy J-Dub, a.k.a. Kratos, the god of PlayStation and Switch and PC. It's been great. I'll see you guys on Twitter where I do my magic. And guys, make sure you hit that sub button and hit that bell for Craig. Brother has great content. Always look out for it.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you three guys coming on, and it was late. And I know everybody's in different time zones, so I do appreciate it. And shout out to the chat. Thanks for keeping everybody straight here, especially me. It's late at night. But yeah, guys, we're going to get on up out of here. I'm still waiting on, let me check here on this Xbox, see how, Ghost Recon Wildlands is at 93% installed. So it's taking it all evening to install. So, but it's getting there. But all right, guys, that's about it. Mark Camacho, thanks. Sick, thanks for being here. Eden Prime, Impatient Fire, all you guys, man. Robert McLeod, appreciate it. Savage Junior, Cycle Gamer, I saw it. Cycle Gamer said he'll debate anybody.
He's still fighting a good fight, man.
Yeah, you got to give him credit, man. He's always been consistent. So, but honestly, thank you guys for coming. And you all are welcome back, anytime. Anytime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is it. We're going to go ahead and bounce on out and enjoy your Friday, the next 15 minutes of Friday the 13th. So take it easy, guys. Peace.
Peace.